Robert Barisford Brown Sr., born February 5, 1969, is an American singer, songwriter, and dancer. Brown, alongside frequent collaborator Teddy Riley, is noted as one of the pioneers of New Jack Swing, a fusion of hip-hop and R&B. Brown started his career in the R&B and pop group New Edition from its inception in 1978 until his exit from the group in December 1985. Once he started a solo career, Brown enjoyed commercial and critical success with his second album, Don't Be Cruel, 1988, which spawned 5 Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 singles, including the #1 hit, My Prerogative, and the Grammy Award-winning Every Little Step. In 1989, Brown contributed 2 songs to the soundtrack of Ghostbusters II. Brown's next album, Bobbi, 1992, spawned several singles including Humpin Around, Get Away, and Good Enough. However, despite going 3 times platinum, sales of Bobbi did not reach the level of its predecessor. In 1992, Brown married Whitney Houston, with whom he later had a daughter named Bobbi Kristina Brown. The couple's drug issues and domestic disputes made them tabloid fodder. Brown also appeared in the films A Thin Line Between Love and Hate and Two Can Play That Game. He returned to New Edition for a reunion album and tour from 1996 to 1997, and returned with all 6 members for another stint in 2005. Brown and Houston starred in the 2005 reality show Being Bobbi Brown. Houston, who filed for divorce 2 years later in 2007, died in 2012, followed by the death of their daughter in 2015. He has a net worth of $2 million. Early life. Brown was born in Boston, Massachusetts, as one of 8 children. His mother, Carol Elizabeth, born Williams, was a substitute teacher, and his father, Herbert James Brown, was a construction worker. Brown grew up in Roxbury's Orchard Park projects. Brown's first taste of being on stage occurred when he was 3 and one of his childhood idols, James Brown, performed in Boston. This performance sparked a dream of becoming a singer. Brown joined the church choir, where he recognized and developed his singing abilities. Brown's musical influences also include Rick James, Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye, and Prince. Personal life. In 1995, Brown was with Stephen Seely when Seely was targeted in a drive-by shooting. Seely, Brown's sister's boyfriend, was killed and Brown was unharmed. The shooter, John Tibbs, took a plea agreement in 2001. Brown's parents, Carol and Herbert Brown, died within a year of each other. Carol died in 2011 and Herbert, Pops, in January 2012, a month before Bobbi's former wife Whitney Houston's death. Marriages. Brown first met Whitney Houston at the Soul Train Music Awards in 1989. They began a close friendship after Houston invited Brown to her birthday party. Their friendship developed into a romance. In 1991, Brown proposed marriage to Houston, and the couple married at Houston's estate on July 18, 1992. Their daughter Bobbi Kristina Brown was born in 1993. Houston and Brown later collaborated on the hit single, Something in Common, which included their daughter at the end of the music video. In 2005, the couple participated in the reality show Being Bobbi Brown, which gave a picture of their lives behind the scenes. In September 2006, Houston filed for legal separation and later divorce. Their divorce was finalized on April 24, 2007, with Houston receiving custody of their 14-year-old daughter. In a September 2009 interview with Oprah Winfrey, Houston admitted to sometimes using drugs with Brown, stating that Brown had laced marijuana with cocaine. Houston also told Winfrey that Brown had been abusive during their marriage and even spat on her on one occasion while drunk. Following the death of Houston on February 11, 2012, 6 days after his 43rd birthday, Brown struggled to perform at a New Edition show, shouting, "I love you, Whitney," in tears. In 2009, Brown had a son named Cassius with his partner of 2 years, manager Alicia Etheridge. Brown and Etheridge became engaged in May 2010, when Brown proposed during a performance at the Funk Fest in Jacksonville, Florida. The couple married on June 18, 2012, in Hawaii and have since had 2 daughters. Children. Brown has fathered 7 children. His eldest, Landon, was born on June 22, 1986, to Melika Williams. He has 2 children with Kim Ward, whom he met around 1980, daughter La Princia, born 1989, and son Bobby Brown, Jr., 1991 to 2020. His and Ward's on-and-off 11-year relationship ended in 1991. At 3 months pregnant, Ward found out Brown was engaged to Whitney Houston. On November 18, 2020, Brown's son Bobbi Jr., age 28, was found dead in his home. His death was ruled an accidental overdose of cocaine, fentanyl, and alcohol. Music career. New Edition. New Edition was founded in 1981 by 12-year-old Brown and childhood friends Michael Bivins and Ricky Bell. Ralph Tresvant joined the group at the suggestion of Bell, who sang with Tresvant as a duo. Brown was also familiar with Tresvant since they were children. In 1982, they became a quintet when their manager Brooke Payne insisted on bringing in his nephew Ronnie DeVoe to complete the group. After performing in several talent shows in the Boston area in 1979, they signed a deal with fellow Bostonian Arthur Baker Streetwise Records, who released their debut album Candy Girl. Solo career. Following his exit from New Edition, Brown signed a contract with his former group's label, MCA, which had earlier promised Brown a solo deal if he had decided to leave New Edition, and also signed with manager Stephen Mackett, who had also worked with New Edition. The label released his debut album King of Stage in 1986. Brown had a #1 R&B hit with the ballad Girlfriend, but the album otherwise failed to perform well.